Addressing the health concerns in the African continent with this issue of vaccines, and equally with the skepticism from most Africans that it might be a maneuver from the West to wipe out the African race. So at this point, we're already having the vaccines that are being distributed. Definitely is going to be administered. So how, at the level of convincing Africans, how do authorities go about it? Because it's already an idea which Africans have built, and it is a voluntary refusal to take the vaccine.
Well, I think that is where the African governments are realizing that there is no collaboration with the population, and this has always been the problem. As a matter of fact, our government has collaboration with the West and not the African people. The AU or the African Union has collaboration with the West and not the African people. That's where the major challenge is, because you are bringing vaccines for Africans to consume who do not even believe in the virus. How do you explain that? So how do you go and import things which your citizens will not consume? How do you explain that? You have not gotten a consent or an agreement or a vote from the masses that we want vaccine. We are facing the challenge with COVID. Our researchers are not doing anything. Bring us vaccine. That is when the AU or our government was supposed to seek for international help. But the Africans are living comfortably and nobody is complaining. So how do you bring in something which somebody does not need? That is what we are talking about. And that is why we are saying that the governments are not Africans. The presidents are not African. If they have their challenge up there, let them deal with it up there. But at the level of the population, when they bring it down to the population, they will face very stiff resistance. And that is a simple truth. We have seen that in different African countries, that the Africans have protested and they are ready to give up their life to make sure that the Western agenda will not survive in Africa. And as a matter of fact, what we are saying is that if this our head and government do not understand and take a right measure at this junction, they are going to lose the popularity of the majority. It's very important. Do you know that these are structures that have lived, older structures that have been in place, existing, older than 90% of the population of Africans that are living today. And then you are expecting to use those old structures and systems to control a generation which you do not have connection with. We need them to to stay out of the way and allow the young generation to come, who understand the times and the seasons, that they are the future of Africa, and we are the ones that they needed to consult to what is going to be good for us as the future of Africa. We cannot allow men who by age they are sick. As a matter of fact, they enter into politics at the time when 90% of the population of Africa today were not born. This is a growing concern. We are not saying that we are against them. We are saying that they should get behind and advise us from behind. They should not be in front and take decisions which does not meet the demands of the majority. We know the pandemic exists, but as far as the resistance of the Africans are and the black man, we are resistant to that virus. As a matter of fact, do you know how many Africans had contracted that virus and did not even know they had the virus? It just passed like a flu. It's as if nothing happened. That is a resistance that the white man is still here to discover. What is that resistance in the black man, so that they can find another way, compose it in a vaccine where when you take the vaccine, it gives you one thing and takes out 10 things. Exactly.
Thank you very much, Mr. Atime Bako, for accepting to be with us this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your presence on this edition of Views on the Continent.